Gotta laugh at this stuff now. Flash flooding happening too, folks. Not just hail and tornadoes, but flash flooding too. We were talking about that cool jet of air that was 100 miles wide, moving at 1,500 miles an hour, stirred up all these thunderstorms afterwards. Just when you thought the flowers were about to bloom, they all get torn apart. I know how that goes, Jeremy. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. Okay, let's get into our solar report here. So here we are. Let that loop play real quick. April 9th, 2024, the day after. And who said nothing happened during the eclipse? All kinds of stuff happened. All kinds of crazy video coming out now. And we also had all the hail, that cool jet of air that moved through there, stirred up all the storms. And now we have now we have some severe weather coming, all right? Some extreme weather coming. So let's just cover this real quick, though. As you can see, we had something moving out right in there. We also have this spire right there. So let me just kind of plow through this real quick. All right, there's a good spot right there. All right, you can see this round object. Looks like two of them, maybe a smaller one and a bigger one right there. Let me just adjust here a little bit. Okay, so you can see those couple of objects moving out there. Look like their magnetic fields kind of combined together into one big lump there. Here we go with another fast mover coming out the side there. Not as fast as that last one. And I was watching Wages covering that, and he says, yeah, I'd never seen anything like that before in my life. Well, I've been doing this for a long time as well, and I've never seen anything like it either. It appears to be one of these round objects. It's draped in plasma, but just moving out a lot faster. We also had the one that was hanging out for a while, so we're seeing different kind of activity out of these objects, all right? These other planetary bodies, all right? Whatever they are, whatever you want to call them. Okay? All right, so there's our activity for today. And then I want to take you back to that incident yesterday, because something else popped up. When I was watching Wages, I got to see it from a different perspective, and there's something else captured in this event here. All right, there goes our little thing squirting by. All right, all the frames loaded up. We had that sun diving comet as well. But what I want to talk about real quick is frame 60. Boom, boom. All right, doesn't look like much going on at this point. Mark was talking about this ghost image. Okay, we all understand how the ghost image works, right? It's just a previous frame in negative. All right, so not every frame has a ghost image, but that one was so powerful that it left a ghost image on a negative on the negative or whatever. There's another one. And then is this frame 60? No. Right? 2 more frames afterwards. The darndest thing appeared in here. And let's see if we can find it again. Yeah, I see it now. All right, I'm going to try to point this out for you guys. This is the spiritual realm captured around the sun again. All right, and when we see weird activity like this object right here that just passed. Oh, we got to get it even tighter than this. All right, you guys are going to, just going to sound too weird. All right, so hold on. It's going to be a little beyond belief, but remember, I told you to expect impossibilities, right? Okay, is it picking up here? Kind of. All right. Maybe if I go just a tad bit darker. All right, so we have a face here. He's wearing sunglasses. Here's the 2 eyes, the 2 sunglasses. Here's his nose and his chin coming down like this. So this face right here, can you see that face? The 2 eyes, the nose, the mouth. It's clearly a face because when I tip it this way, you're going to see he's wearing a cowboy hat. There's the brim coming up. Here's the top of the hat and the other brim coming up over here. There is a character in the spiritual realm sitting there wearing a cowboy hat. Can you see it? Like a cartoon character or something out of a cartoon. All right? It's not pareidolia. It's actually there. If it were pareidolia, we could look at any part of this screen and see a face. But that's not the case. But here we have a cartoonish type character wearing a cowboy hat. See this cowboy hat here and sunglasses. He's smiling. All right. You can even see his body coming down right here. All right. And just to show you, this isn't a coincidence. Right over here, where to go, was a different one. I might have to zoom back out here a little bit because we are zoomed in a little too tight. It's in the same frame here. There's another character here with a face. And where did it go? It's like I saw it a minute ago. But there's a different character, and it's clearly a face. If I could find it again, where'd it go? I know it's in this frame. Oh, it's right here. Sorry, I went too far over. All right, you see this face right here? It looks like an alien. There's an eye, a nose, the teardrop type head. If you look, it looks like he's wearing a baseball cap backwards, all right, with the brim pointing down. You can see his neck and his body, or his long neck right here. So this alien head right here, big eyes, small nose, small mouth, pointed chin, wearing what appears to be like a baseball hat backwards, or even could be some kind of little antennas or whatever coming out. I don't know. But you come over here yourself and check out frame 60 on yesterday on the 8th, okay, which was a spiritual event. I'm trying to tell you guys that Eclipse was foretold 2,000 years ago. It's another miracle. It's another 2,000-year-old prophecy. And it looks like something. Where'd it go? There's something right here. there's a face right here, 2 eyes, a nose, and a little mouth and a chin. So there's like 3 characters. This guy, and this guy. Do you see him? I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. It's there. Look anywhere else in the screen and see what else you might find. Come over to this instrument. All right, these 3 spiritual entities all showed up right after this object passed. Let me pull it over here. All right, and then also something I noticed at Wages is the straight lines on this. This thing's looking mighty peculiar. Now, when we have a round spheroid object, okay, it's going to have a bulge on this side. If this is a ball, you would expect to see stuff, you know, almost this kind of teardrop shape. This is almost like the plasma draping off or whatever. It almost looks like a ship. The straight lines, though, if you see a curved object and it has, well, something attached, you know, something latched onto it, it would have this kind of effect as it reaches for the poles. Here's the equator of the thing, right? So that would have the pointed effect. All right, so I don't think it's like a ship, although it could be. We got characters out in front of it here, too. Let me go up one more frame here. Wait a second. I'll save that for later. I got to come back over here. Ooh, dear. Yeah, don't look at that. Interdimensional beings, yep. Interdimensional beings. They're not recharging their ships. They're arriving here at the sun. The sun is like a crossroads. Okay, they use the magnetic field. They arrive here at the sun, and then they're all traveling here to Earth because all the entities from across the universe are arriving here to witness God at work. Anywho, I thought you guys would like that one. That was kind of different, huh? Frame 60 right there. Okay, and before I even zoom in, you can kind of make them out. There's the cowboy hat guy, there's the alien guy, and then there's something else over here. Like I said, pretty strange activity going on our sun, right? And now this is NASA's satellite. These are NASA's images. I don't think they are putting this stuff in there. In fact, I know they're not because this is the same kind of stuff I capture on my cameras in the clouds, on my security cameras. This is the spiritual realm, okay? I know it looks weird, but we're all characters, kind of, just in a meat suit. All right, so very, very interesting. Those 3 showing up. I'm sure there's more in other frames. I have so much, I can't even. I would love to go through each frame with you guys, but spiritual events happening on April 8th during the eclipse, right after the eclipse, okay? Captured on NASA's cameras. Who said nothing happened during the eclipse? All kinds of stuff happened during the eclipse, but everybody was too focused at looking at the sun. They missed out on everything else that was going on. Like we entered the first day of Aquarius. Well, all right, so we got to move on. Coming on over to the space solar ham here. Let me zoom in on this for you. Might have an interruption here in a minute. Hopefully not. Okay. Wow. Just as I started the show, we have like started creeping out of into sea territory here. I was about to tell you how low it's been this whole time, and then after this dropout, I figured it was going to come out low again. But we're underway. We got something going on right now as we speak. All right, I doubt if the data's up for that right now, but maybe towards the end of the show we'll go back and look if I remember. So scatterbrain now. I used to have so much focus. All right, here we go. 1% on your X flares, that might change. M flare, 10%, that should be a little bit higher, I think. Now that we're climbing out, our indices, it'll get higher than that, 124. We're at B8.3. We did reach a little C flare here and a C flare there. All right, so we're kind of creeping back out of C range here, and that's an indication of activity popping off. I showed you those objects, all right? I showed you the spiritual dimensional beings, all right? This is about to intensify here. We're as the active side of the sun rotates around, we're having the dead side right now, but then the active side will rotate around and this will pop off again. And I bet we'll see our 3 big objects again, or probably have 3 big flares in a row pretty soon. Once that happens. Meantime, we're doing okay. We only got 3 sunspots, but this 3633 now is becoming an issue. Over here, let's go with our KP. As you can see, we were nice and quiet, super quiet, and now we bumped up to 3. A little bit down, but back up to 3. So all of this together is a little absorption event. It's not a big major one, but it is more. All right. And you can judge by how much more. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's at a 3, or on a scale of 1 to 9. Sorry. But you see what I'm saying? So some energy, not too much. Let's pop open the auroras. You can see that they're kind of faint. There's a little faintness in this one and up here at the top. Okay, so they're mild and a little faintness, so kind of weak. That's good. Yesterday was simply a day many will never forget, including myself. Yeah, me too. The solar eclipse took a path along North America and crossed many large population centers. Yeah, we all know that. All right, here's some of these little prominences that were sticking off here. And this is that one that I was telling you that was latched onto a little object out here. I'll have to go find the video of it. But like we saw in 2012, the black spheroid and a like a little vortex reaching up to it, and then it pulled away and snapped away. Yeah, there was something caught in the corona right here and caused this little spire to happen during the eclipse. Let's open up the tracker real quick. All right, still that same one. You can see it going out that way. Not much to open there. All right. Yeah, that's it there. Let's get on over here. Boogie down. Oh, yes, boogie down. Quiet with a chance of flares. Well, okay, it's quiet with a chance of flares. The sunspot has not produced a significant solar flare in more than a week. The best chance for a break in the quiet is sunspot 3633, that one I was telling you. It has a beta gamma magnetic field that harbors energy for M-class explosions. Not flares, M-class explosions. NOAA forecasters say there is a 25% chance of M flares. See, I'm agreeing more with them. 25% chance. Remember the other one said 10? Kind of going with them with 25. This comet did not survive the eclipse. Okay, so SOHO actually captured the sun-diving comet. There it is, right? Can't see it on this, but you can come over here, check out this article and stuff. They did capture the little sun-diving comet that you saw in that video, or on 2000, or on the 8th here. Watch here. Let's get back to this. Watch here at the end. You'll see a little sun-diving comet come in here. There it is. All right, and that's not the Devil Comet. That's a different one. That's just a little sun diver that happened to be diving in around the eclipse time. And instead of capturing the horned comet, they captured this one instead. Surprise! All right, named Soho 5008. The comet had been discovered earlier the same day by amateur astronomer who noticed it on Soho coronagraphs. Adams quickly realized that the comet might be bright enough to photograph in the otherworldly twilight of the moon's shadow. So he did. Ground based observations at some comets are extremely rare, so this would be a great opportunity to see an eclipse comet. All right, soon after he photographed the comet, it disintegrated. Soho has seen this happen more than 5,000 times. Most doomed sun-grazers are members of the Kreutz family, named after a 19th century German astronomer who studied them in detail. All right, so Kreutz sun-grazers are fragments from a breakup of a giant comet. How many years ago? Say what? 2,000 years ago. Well, all this stuff that happened 2,000 years ago is happening again. What broke up this comet 2,000 years ago? And the fragments break up, and then it goes into this article. It says fragments from this hit us every day. Yeah, here it is. Several fragments pass by the sun and disintegrate every day, although most are too small to see. All right, pass by the sun, not us, the sun. But here we go. Doomed sun grazers. Let's just see if they got anything cool video or if it's just a list of, but yeah. Hang on, let's see this other one real quick. See this happen. Oh, never mind. Here, you want to see it happen? We can go back to that one. Move on. So, our Schumann link was out tonight. In fact, you know what? Before we hop in this real quick, let's just try one more time here. Ooh, we might get. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I guess not. That's okay, because we got other stuff to do tonight. Let's plow through this and then I want to get down to your upper jet stream. Okay. So right now our upper jet is like so. You see it coming out of the Pacific Northwest, dropping down all the way down to Texas here, mixing with this southern fetch, swooping some of it up and picking it up and taking it up into this region. Now, this is where we're going to have issues. This southern fetch is going to drag stuff right along the coastline here and bring, water spouts into the land. You also see this effect going on right here, bringing stuff up into this region. Now, when we get into the weather report, this is going to come into effect here. So, first, let's take you down to the regular jet, or lower jet. All right, you see the correlation. We still have the same effect going on. Now down to the weather. All right, so there's your air mass. See all this moist air coming up and it's mixing with this cold air that's coming down. We have this boundary right here, and it's causing that severe weather that we saw today and that we'll see here. Let's just come on over real quick here to Venture Sky. I got you on the radar right now, and it looks like it may have calmed down a little bit for right now. We were having nocturnal severe weather, okay, and it's still ongoing. Here's Jackson, Mississippi, right here. All right, so it's moving up through that zone right through there. All right, and then we'll come back to the weather report and we'll get to that here in a minute. But you can see this flow coming up, mixing with, no, you can't. There we go. This flow mixing up with this cold air dropping in. And we also have this recycling thing. See how it's taking cold air around the backside and like scooping it, sneaking it in? So we're going to see activity, offshore coming onshore, I believe. There was a big discussion after the activity we saw today as far as what tomorrow's models would look like. And a lot of storm chasers are very confused. Everybody's kind of up in the air. They don't know exactly what to expect tomorrow. All right, so we're going to get into that, and I'm going to try to give you a better, at least a good idea of what to expect tomorrow. All right. So let's get out of here and let's get down to, oh yeah, thank you, our sandstorm. Okay, still ongoing. There's Africa. It's creeping all the way up. Shoot, it's going to reach the North Pole one of these days, huh? Because there's the North Pole right there, right where my arrow is. It's darn close. It's clear up here past Iceland, you know what I'm saying? So, way up into Norway and Sweden, way up there, sandstorm, going all the way across the Mediterranean, across Italy. Look at that. And right up in across Europe, right up to here. And then some of it's actually flowing over here and getting caught up in the Gobi Desert sandstorm. Unbelievable. And then look at this down in Saudi Arabia. They got another sandstorm going on, almost two of them, one right here and one up in this region. I gotta take the winds off here real quick. There we go. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. And then a bunch of it blown over here. Whoops, sorry. And dumping it on the Amazon. And look how it won't make it past the mountain ranges right there. Interesting effect right there. And it's getting up, covering America now, too. Look at this big plume out. Oh, no. Look at this big plume out here in the Pacific coming at us, you guys. Big old plume of sand. It's not super white and intense, but here, let me pull up the scale for you. It's right here in the green zone, all right? So there you go. The sandstorm's getting caught up in our atmosphere. You see how it's taking it from this region, from China, this leftover sand, pulling it out and concentrating it again. And there's your plume. Oh, my. Wow. All right, well, whatever you do, don't tell the mainstream media. They wouldn't have the guts to report on it anyway. Amazing. We got a circle right there. Is that a heart? Look like a shark or a heart for a second there. All right. So there's your sandstorm. Whew. Let's see if we get some surface temperature anomalies. Okay, we still got this little hot pocket up here. And wow, this is really spreading across the Pacific now. This plume, let me put the currents back on here again. We on currents? No? Currents, these currents. Yeah. There we go. So, these currents here taking this hot water from Japan and spreading it out across the Pacific now. This almost looks like I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this is all hot water coming? See how these currents aren't very strong in this region? We do have this, healthy ribbon right here, but that doesn't look like it's feeding all this hot water. Well, it may be. Anyways, those are your surface or your water temperature anomalies, okay? It's not normal. It's not looking good, especially off the coast of Japan here, between Japan and this island now. We need to watch that area. Over here, actually around Taiwan, this little band in here has seemed to kind of die down. Well, a little bit. It's not as bright, not as big. Pressure's been released in that area via the earthquakes. Let me take off, some of these currents now so we can see our colors a little better. All right, so still a bunch of pressure, a bunch of heat at the surface there. Also, the Mariana Trench is having issues, so and we're seeing heat plumes out here as well. A lot of underwater volcanic activity as well. All right, you see all the ones on the surface. Imagine how many are under the water. See these plumes growing in here too. I think that's here in the Indian Oceans where we got that one new one. All right, we got to keep moving here. All right. What was the other one I wanted to show? The SO2. All right. For right now, there's our current conditions. Country divided, kind of clearing out in this region, right in through there. More just kind of concentrated right in that area right there. Could be because that storm's picking up some of the plume and taking it in that way. Let's just put that wind on real quick. Yeah, you can see how the wind's kind of coming in from this direction, pushing some of this stuff along in there. So, but let's come on over to China. All right. And they're still having issues. Let's go back during their daytime. Oh, yeah. See, it's a little darker 8 hours ago. So they got a lot of pressure in their region still, okay? I'll go back to current conditions. All right, so there's still pressure in that region. Yeah, China is an issue. They're actually, before they can even come at us, they're actually gonna burn from underneath up. They're gonna have issues that in their own country they'll have to deal with before they could even mess with us. They're gonna pay for messing with us too. Hey, look, you can see it. See the sad face there? All right, let's come on down to Java. It's looking pretty healthy down here as well. All right, some of this has been blown offshore. Yep, you see the wind currents here. So take all that gas, shove it back on the island. It's been pretty active. Our pressure, when I last saw the Schumann, there was a, there was a weak zone. Over here as well. I know we go through this every night, but so you guys can make a judgment call yourself too. Not every time am I right. Sometimes, oops, you guys see other things as well. But I'll point out that one's pretty dominant. The other ones seem to kind of dissipated. That one's all right, but they're not really dominant. This one is. It's still pretty dark as well. So still a lot of pressure going on in this region. All right, a lot of this gas. I'm wondering when we're going to run out of gas. Man, I am all over the place and constantly running out of gas. When's this planet going to run out of SO2? Well, meantime, a lot of gas coming out. So now over the earthquakes. And oh my goodness, it's been a busy day, huh? No, this is the week. A week's worth. So really quick, let me just change this back. I want to get it right there. Do this real quick. All right. Here we go. Please, Lord, could we have some cooperation? All right, here we go with a 4.9 or a 5 down at 572 there. So there's a deep quake there. A mid-range 4, but that's at 138. So our deep quake for the day, instead of a mid-range 4, we're seeing more of a 5. So that's a little increase in pressure down below. Looking down, nope, looking this way. Sorry, I'm jumping around tonight. 4.7 down at 33, 4.7 at 11. Now, this new area right here, we've had quite a healthy quake here with a 6.6. All right, down at 35, and it even set off the tsunami thing. I would click on that, it'll probably say 6.6 or 6.7. So we've had a mid-range 6 in a new area. This is our other weak spot right here. So we have like a new area of weakness to watch out for. Meanwhile, up here at Taiwan, one quake so far today. Yeah, mid-range 4 down at 20. Okay, so that's quieting down there. Up here, south of Japan is a 4.6 down at 182. All right, and then the rest of that's all quiet. We'll get over to the west coast in a minute. Let's do this fulcrum point. 5 energy at the surface there on the fulcrum. 4.7 at the surface there on the outside of the Gobi Desert right there. And then here at this fulcrum point, a 4.0 down at 138. Bingo was his name. Oh, there we go. Yeah. One on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge of 4.8 right at the surface. So we're seeing energy at the surface, almost 5 energy. Okay. Now, oh yeah, let's go over here real quick. Out here in the Aleutians was a 4.9. All right. So possible 5 right here. If that energy makes it over the hump, this latest is 2.5. Then we might see something down here in the Juan de Fuca, but I haven't seen anything even close up here yet. So, meantime, 2.6 at Empire, 4.3 down here at the Cocos Plate, 4.3 here at the Fulcrum. A little off is a 4.5, 4.5. And another mid-range 4, 4.6. All right, so energy being distributed over here. Now, what I wanted to do is start all over again. Was that the one I had it on? All right, this is 7 days, magnitude 4.5 and up. All right, we're not messing with any of the smaller ones. I want to do a weekend review of our semi-major to major quakes. Get it? Got it? Good. Our region over here, over the course of a week, we've had a 5.2, 5.6, 5, another 5, another 5. Okay, all these are a bunch of little smaller deep quakes. But come over here, another 5. What's the white one? Oh, it just disappeared. All right. But mid-range 4s all through there. Look around this island, this weekend activity around this island, 5.2, 1, 5.1, another 5. Over here, this is our other little weak spot where we had a 6 there. I think that was yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday we had a 6 there. All right. Today we had a 6.6 here. Okay. Throughout the region of Java, we had this quake over here by the volcano, 4.9 there, another, well, a couple of 5s right there, another 5 right back here, another 5.2 at the mouth. Remember with that one right there? A couple 4.7, whoops, 4.8 along the island of Sumatra there. Around our fulcrum point over the course of the week today, we had this 5. There was another 5.8 and another 5 right there. So we've seen an uptick in magnitude and activity there. We've seen an uptick in magnitude all over the place. That's what I'm pointing out is all these 5s and 6s. Over here, at Taiwan, we had a 5 there, a 5 here, all these mid-range 4s. a lot of magnitude 5 or more activity. Look at this up here. Remember, this is the spot where all the hot water is off the coast. Well, we had a 6.1 there, a 5.4, a 5, and a 4.5 over the course of a week. Remember, this is over the course of a week. Don't go freaking out thinking this is all in one day. That's another 5 right there. Tack that on there. Okay, now look, not much makes it over. Over the course of the week, do you see any mid-range 4 or 5 activity up here at this fulcrum point? No. In fact, the only thing you see after this point is what happened today, a 4.9. All right, so we do have this. Don't fall asleep on me. Wake up. All right, around the Gobi Desert this week. Look at this. We had a 5.3. Up here, we've had several 5s. There's one there, another one there. Okay, so a lot of, uptick in magnitude and activity. And this is, this is what I'm doing here. Okay, that one is another 5. We're used to seeing mid-range 4s sometimes. All right, look at this along the Mid-Atlantic Ridge this week. Bingo. 5, 5, all 5s. Some activity around the Cocos Plate was a couple of 5s there. 3 of them. What was this one? Another 5. All right, do you see what I'm saying here? We've had a lot of activity, a lot of where we had a lull in the earthquake activity and we're seeing more of the pressure being relieved through the volcanic system. Now we're seeing the plate boundaries come to life. And fulcrum points. Look at all this. Most of these are on plate boundaries or at fulcrum points. Some of these are newer spots, little weak spots to look for. Okay, so new weak spot right here, new weak spot right here. Okay, those are the 2 6s. Of course, this weak spot, but look up here. This has potential out there for a new weak spot, and that's, we got that plume. I just X'd out of it. Oh, well. We got that plume of hot water out there. All right, enough with the earthquakes. Let's move on. We might expect to see, more earthquakes, that slight uptick in magnitude still. I wish we had the Schumann resonance so we could see exactly, get a better idea of where our pressure's at, but there's still plenty down there. Meanwhile, Reykjanes, they're still having issues there. They got more lava. Survey of Iceland conducted a survey flight over the eruptions on April 8th, gathering data on the eruptions on April 8th. So here we are at Semeru, 15,000, all right? It's reached a new maximum height of 15 now, all right, and constantly 15. Here we are at Marapi on the Sumatra Island, and it's pushing 12,000 feet. Here's a new little one added to the list, all right? Ayi in the Mariana Islands. Since March 27th this year, no signs of unrest have been observed. The latest sighting of discolored water plume near the seamount was recorded via satellite imagery. Discolored water plume near the seamount. All right, we're having underwater seamount activity. And here's Ayi. I'll have to look that up, how to pronounce it. Hi? Maybe that's what it is. Anyways, activity there. New one in the Mariana Islands, okay? Here we are at Atka in the Aleutian Islands. All right, that one's on there still. The activity of the volcano has subsided following the minor explosion detected on March 27th. That's... Dude, we're way into April, guys. All right. Here we are at Fuego, 17,000 feet. Let's open up today, the 9th. Ebico, 10,000 feet. Luatobi. Yeah, we'll pass. Semaru, still 15,000 feet. That's pumping out a lot of pressure out of Semaru and the island of Java. Here we are, 8,000 feet at Ducono. Fernandina in the Galapagos Islands continues to have those lava arms shoot down its sides. Santa Guido, 14,000 feet. Fuego, Nevada del Ruiz, no, 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 no. No, nothing. All right. And no list tonight either. All right, that's okay. Now, let's get over to our forecast. This probably be a little bit of longer segment on the weather tonight, but it's important. So let's back up. Please, Lord. All right, we'll wait for this thing to load up. What is going on? Yeah, just a second here. All right, I would like to have the frames in for that. Okay, so here's our current conditions right now. We still have severe weather here in the, around Mississippi here. Let me just kind of bring up this latest one right here. If we can. Please, Lord, this way. I just wanted to be able to switch back and forth. Fine. Anyways, I showed you on the radar earlier. Around this region is where we're still seeing our severe weather, okay? Now, this update or this updated forecast probably came out not too long ago because they were discussing quite a while of what to expect tomorrow. So this is our part right here that we're worried about is the morning time convection. The problem with this storm is we are seeing morning time convection. There was nighttime convection and then morning time convection. Usually convection doesn't happen until the afternoon. So we have residuals from tonight's storm still around and convecting in the morning hours, which is very rare. Well, not anymore, but it used to be. Okay, so this is what we need to worry about. Back here in Texas, all right, some of this stuff, this cold air mass, as it runs into this, these streamers of convection run down like this, and they reach down and blossom and then travel north, all right? So the line is traveling in this, up my pointer here, right? But little pop-ups will fire off reaching down this way. So these storms are very dangerous. They pop up to the south, and then they also pop up out in front and in between. So they are a handful right now. Let's just say, all right, and that's what's making this so hard for these guys to nail it down. So here's our best estimate for the morning tomorrow. And this is where people are in extreme danger because everybody's sleeping. We're talking the corner of Arkansas here at the Mississippi state line, way back here into Texas, any of this region, okay? It may not be right in here or right in there. But this whole storm front right here is nothing to play with tomorrow morning. It's already probably going to be having severe weather. Well, it is right now, and it's just going to be carrying on into the morning hours and blossoming harder in the morning. Now, as we get into the noontime, if this really wraps up to be tight like that, let me just show you that motion. Did you see that wrap up motion a little bit? Let me go back a little bit. Okay, this whole compacted area right there, that could be very serious. We could see large, destructive, long path, maxi tornado. I pray I'm wrong, and I pray our wind shears change and everything. But for right now, this is their best estimate. And you might as well just take this whole green blob and be aware, okay? And that'll be the noontime. I got to go slow through this because this is life-threatening. I really have a bad feeling people are going to die tomorrow because they're not going to be aware. Now, here we are at convection. Not only has it been a long day of severe weather from last night through the morning hours, but all through the day. And now here we are at convection, and we've got this whole area, that whole area right there. You see these three little sub places, but that can shift and change. So basically, put a circle where all three of these make a circle around them, and we're talking that whole area. If you have friends or family in this area, warn them. They might not even be around after the morning. If they have, it might be too late. Now we're getting into the nighttime. This is going to just continue to convect and convect and convect. We got a backside convection and a front side. These pop-ups you see, scattered linear lines like this, very dangerous. I watched a lot of the weather blossom today, and a lot of the structure formation that we saw today was peculiar. It was odd. It was different. It wasn't your normal behaving weather, so it's hard to say what might happen here. So now here we are at another morning time event. Note the time. This is the morning of April 11th. Still with the severe weather in the tail, but look how it wrapped around. This might catch people off guard. All right. Here we have severe weather wrapping around back. It's a recipe for disaster. I pray that everybody stays aware here. So that's convection in the morning hours. Here's the noontime of the 19th, still convecting. There's convection, the end of convection, the 11th, going into the nighttime. Do you see how concentrated and wrapped up this storm is? It has already knocked out power to tons of people. So expect to have power outages, huge wind. One place didn't even get hit by a tornado today. The wall of wind that hit the town took out all their telephone poles and trees and crushed a bunch of cars under trees, and couldn't even get through the town. Couldn't get out because it's all covered. The roads are covered in trees. Remember, I was telling you to get chainsaws? It might be a good idea to invest in a chainsaw if you have trees on your road. All right, back to the report. So noontime the 11th here. We still got back here in this. Now this could change as well. When this thing wraps up like this, I think we might see a little bit more than just this region. I pray I'm wrong. Here we are at the end of convection, and 5 p.m. That's Pacific. It'll be 8 p.m. out here, April 11th. All right, and that thing is a monster. It is a seriously low, deep low rotating storm. And then you see here, as these winds come offshore and wrap back around and come back onshore, here is where you're gonna see your storm surge coming onshore. I need to, where's my 982 is category 1. Oh yeah, where's my little thingy at? Yeah, I missed it. But 982, I believe, is category 1. 79. What the heck happened to my little gauge? Oh, here it is. Yeah, 982 is a category 1. Anything under 979 is category 2. So there's 983, 985, 988. So as we backed up there, it increased. So as we go forward in time, the pressure decreases, making it a stronger storm. So here we are at the noon of the 11th at 988, 986, 983, 982 by the morning of the 12th. There's 983 by the noontime. It starts to increase. So that was its most intense part, was right there. Okay. And that's a nor'easter, basically. It's going to be taking heavy amounts of water and throwing them at the coast up here again. You're going to see beach erosion. You're going to see flash flooding, streams and gullies just overflowing. Look how dark this green is up in there. That's heavy amounts of rain. There's a little snow, a little ice. There's a little bit of everything. Don't be surprised, these high winds on the backside, fire. Okay? Even though the storm passed and made everything wet, there's still a chance for fires as well. And if this big mess goes through there, breaks up some houses, and there's exposed gas lines, and then the wind comes in behind it and starts fires, it could get very nasty. And then you see this little thing spiraling over here. All right, but this is our main storm. This is our big concern, is starting from now, these next hours. Okay, even at this moment. Let me get this a refresh here, can we? Let me pull this over a little bit. So here we are. There's Jackson, Mississippi. All right, we got cells. There's Alexandria. There's Tuscaloosa. So from Tuscaloosa all the way back down to Beaumont. All right, you see it going here. Now here's the separation. We got let me just show you a linear storm front right here. Now there's a separation. Here's rotation right here, and there's a secondary tail forming here. Let me pull up my weather app real quick and see if we can get a rolling radar real quick of this activity, because right now I don't trust this one as much. Let's see if there's any tornado warnings at the moment. Let's see here. Okay, good. All right, here we go. Let me just show you something here. Just outside of Jackson, you see these two red bands approaching Jackson right there. Okay, so everybody in that region, get ready. There's no tornado warning yet, but there is a severe weather warning all around that region. All right, so those are these storms up here marching towards Jackson. Let me take you just a little bit down to here. All right, here's our separation area. And then you can see down here by Houston and by Galveston there, you guys got a good healthy front moving in that area right now. Okay, so that's this band down here. We had the little two separation areas, and then this lower band is firing up. Let me just see if I can get this a little bit better without the ad. Why does even a weather app has to have an ad in it? All right, so you see our secondary region right here is catching up to the tail of the first one. All right, and right now we're having severe weather just outside of Austin here, or Houston and Galveston. And then let me move it up here a little bit more. Here's Alexandria area. All right. And you see all those places in red, right? You see, let me back out just a tad bit. There's your whole kind of storm front right there, going from up by Birmingham all the way back down into, past Texas here. If we even, let's see if we can catch this effect. If you watch, you'll see this thunderstorm line push down this way. Well, not so much in that one. You see how the intensity kind of drives south, and these little needles of cold air. See this green one reach down and shove down there? Whoops. All right, when we see activity like that, that's going to draw up more moisture from down below and make this linear line even longer. So we're going to have some severe weather, already having it right now currently. Something else I could do on this one, though, what I can't do on the other, is pull up where'd it go? our cape, our convective available potential energy. Okay, and you see this boundary. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, you see this boundary right here where we have warm, moist air colliding with the cool, dry air right along this boundary line right there. So there's your cape. Your convective available potential energy is very high right in that region right there, okay? And you can see because of the onshore flow, see the wind pushing all the moisture into this region, and these two air masses are colliding right here and moving up this way. Also, I need to show you, okay, helicity, the SRH. Helicity is the potential for rotation. It's not actual rotation. It's the fuel that gives the storms potential to rotate. A storm could just pile up and not rotate, but this is the potential to rotate. So now, when we back out of this, you see all the potential for rotation out there. The air masses are very unstable, and look what's coming in. Even more unstable air. This whole red patch is blowing onshore, all right? So in the coming hours, we're going to have this whole region is going to be available for helicity. It's going to be very, very, it has conductible, available potential energy in that area. Here's the cape and the wind shear. And wind shear plays a factor in this too, but we have a good solid red boundary and a blue area where these two forces have met here. Okay. Now it's this rainbow type effect where we go from cold all the way in that we see our boundary area, and that's your cape and your shear combined together. So here's your region for to watch out for when we see cape and shear mixing and we see helicity coming on shore in that same area. It's coming. Where else am I? Wind shear. No. Oh, the lifted index. There we go. So here's your warm, moist air up high and your cooler air down below, and where they're colliding. Now, some of this warm air is reaching out over the cooler air. See what I'm saying here? And that'll cause the potential for thunderstorms for this cape to continue. Okay, and that is a very, very well-defined boundary right there of intense winds. And you see how they come in this way and they come in this way. The potential for spin-ups along this line here is very high. So everybody be on your toes tomorrow. There's probably going to be an outbreak there. I pray I'm wrong. I pray these models could all change. All right, at the whim of a prayer, basically. These days, unbelievable. Anyways, so right now, just woke up. Be listening and watching. Oh, good. Sorry, surfer girl. I didn't mean to wake you up, but I'll lull you back to sleep. All right, so nighttime right now, the morning. Okay, and I showed you that potential down here in Texas, right? All right, this is where I'm agreeing with these guys, and it's forming a 997 low. All right, so it's not the lowest, but it's forming its own low pressure center right there, which is a center of rotation itself. So we already have a rotating system that's going to put off more rotation as it blossoms. Right there. Oh, boy. I bet you there's some people at the Weather Service right now going over this with a fine-tooth comb, trying to figure out what's going to happen here at noontime tomorrow. That is, yeah, the noontime, I believe. Just double check. Yep, that'll be 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 o'clock. Okay, so around 1, between noon and 1, you're already going to be having strong thunderstorms and tornadoes possible throughout the morning time. Then we have this happening along with this potential. And that's just at noon. There's the end of convection. That's 5 p.m. Pacific, 6, 7 o'clock in this time zone. All right, so 7 o'clock, it's still going to be going on. And everybody all day long should have their weather radios on or some kind of YouTube storm chaser to keep track of this. I mean, if you're not in this area, don't trip out and worry yourself too much. But if you are, you need to be on alert. Situational awareness now. And here, at this frame right here, this is another concerning frame. You see, as we get this low that's wrapping around, you see this backside energy here? Serious. You might see something on the backside of this already way back here. All right, so there's the noontime that they're all sweating right now. Then, as we get into the convection, you see wraparound here that stays there through the nighttime, through the morning hours of the 11th. This right here, we're talking Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, the whole area that just got hammered before. Here it comes again, but this time it's on the backside of this low. It's getting backhanded. Looks like God's just backhanding that place. All right, sorry. Boom, right there is the noon. There's the end of convection. All right, all sorts of different models are showing different things, but this whole storm until, well, there's your nighttime of the 11th, the morning of the 12th, right there. Dang. These tight millibars right here, it's going to be so windy in this backside area here. You're going to be knocking out, I know power's out to a lot of people already, so it's going to be knocking out all the power probably in that region. Oh, not all of it. That's a very, very strong low. All right. The rest of this I'm not going to really get into because here's this storm, another one of these storms around the 15th here. And that'd be noontime the 15th, convection. So coming together, that's the nighttime of the 15th, that's the nighttime of the 15th, morning of the 16th, noon, convection. See the wraparound effect again here on this one again? Right up here, starting up there and then shifting down. So that'd be the nighttime, or the convection the 16th, nighttime, morning of the 17th, and then up into Canada. So watch out up there, you guys. This tail whipping through the same kind of area right again. And then even residuals back into the nighttime of the 18th. See how it doubled up. It tripled up. It did a 1, 2, 3. Is there a fourth? Almost right there. That was almost a fourth off of that one storm, and it just continues to rotate out there. All right, so I'm going to put that back into motion. Our main concern is this region and along the Gulf Coast. All right, that whole area for this storm. It's full of surprises. So let's be ready. And when it happens, we won't be surprised. We won't be caught off guard. Family members and friends in the area, give them a heads up. Tell them, say, hey, even if power goes out, we might still be having storms. Somebody was saying, make sure you have a NOAA weather radio. except that system went down a couple weeks ago. Make sure you're watching the weather, NOAA weather channels, except all the apps went out last week when they were all chasing and stuff too. So you might want to take notes on what we see right now in case those apps or those things go down. All right, it's good to be aware of, convection, what that means. How to check your skies yourself. What if all these apps go down and you're thinking, oh, wait, what did Brian say? It was the convection of the 10th? Oh, yeah. And the morning hours. Yeah, the morning hours of the 11th. It'll come back to your mind in case it's not there, right? That's why I'm kind of doing this. Just in case. These are big storms. They mean business. They could knock out, communications, or, we could have some issues again, possibly. All right. There's your terraphysics, astrophysics. Now it's time for the metaphysics. So everybody get all curled up while I pull up some images and get all set for the second half of the show here. Got some good stuff for the reading tonight. And I think as you guys are getting the hang of this, you're seeing how important these readings are and how they're going to pertain here in the future. Oh, cool. Can we have the ad? All right. Just play your ad. I want the one image to read to, so bear with me while we're doing all that. All right. Got to have that image. That's one of the latest, most important events. All right. I showed you the video leading up to this event. In fact, we're going to go into that as well. Just good to have. Keep this fresh on the front of your mind. That's why I keep playing this. So we imprint it on your mind here, so you're not freaking out. All right, so
there it is.
Look at that.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
What is that?
That's a face, dude.
So clear.
There it is. It is February.
Okay,
28th.
so we got several people saying that this is, and I found the video and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? So let's just check this out. Let's take a look at this. So,
It is February 28th, 29th, 28th, 29th. I have gotten me a better quality camera to catch this thing in the sky. And holy moly, I am scared. I'm scared, but I'm not going to trip because I've been catching this thing for a while now.
Been catching this thing for a while now. Went out and bought a better camera so he could get a shot of it. It's scary, he said, but he's going to film it anyway.
It's very ominous. There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is.
Okay.
It's a huge face
what is that?
looking right down on us. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit brighter.
Okay. So, and then we have all the witnesses that are around too that saw it as well. All right. I was wondering if this thing was going to show up right next to the eclipse and scare the shit out of everyone. And I was like, oh no, please don't. Oh, that would ruin everything, right? I mean, everybody be in chaos right now if something like that happened, huh? It would probably turn this world upside down. So let me got that one out, and we got, what was the other one I was gonna pull up? Oh, just wanted to do that video real quick so you guys keep that real. It's a real event. It's not in the clouds. It's out by the moon. Explain that one, NASA. You got some explaining to do. All right, we got to get that one up in there for reading too as well. And we're even going to pull up another one off my channel. Well, you know what? We can go over here. Screw that. And go like this. All right. So, where's the one with art? Nope. No. There it is. And we'll put it right about there. All right. Hey, kind of like that face in the solar report tonight with the sunglasses. He's wearing sunglasses. I guess a lot of sunglasses in the spiritual realm or something. Maybe because it's so bright, you all need sunglasses. I know I have sensitive eyes, and I can't go outside without a pair of polarized sunglasses, or my eyes ache. All right, so we got that done. We got this, and we got that. All right, so we'll start off there. We can get this out of there, and that out of there. All right. Okay, let me get my light going. Pull up reading material here. A very important time of the day. You need to take time out from everything. Be in the spiritual realm for a minute. It's kind of like being in two realms at the same time. You're in the physical realm, yet you understand that this realm is real too. Okay? So it's like having one leg in one realm and one leg in the other as you walk. Okay? And it's hard to step out of the physical and have a spiritual moment for a minute. All kinds of tests going on, and they're all reminders. Hey, take a break and be in the spiritual realm for a minute. You know, be at peace. Do some prayers and some breathing. You know what I'm saying? Even though things are getting crazy, it's important to have moments of calm and peace in your life so you can regather your thoughts and not go crazy. Okay. All right. So where did I have that next one? Oh, this. All right. Okay, this one I've done before, but it's crucial to hear some of these a couple of times. Come to me and rest in my peace. Actually, everybody get in your spots. Do your thing. Take your few deep breaths. Then come to me and rest in my peace. My face is shining upon you in rays of peace, transcending understanding. Instead of trying to figure things out yourself, you can relax in the presence of the one who knows you. I can relate. How many people know you so thoroughly, through and through, have been there and done the same things, experienced as yourself? So I know through experience, okay? So instead of trying to figure out things, relax in my presence, the presence of the one who knows you, who can relate to you. A lot of you maybe, well, not a lot of you, but some people are seeking therapy, or they don't have family or friends that really know them. A lot of people put up a different kind of persona or character when they're around their friends, as opposed to when they're around loved ones. How many of you have multiple characters? When you're around in-laws, you're a certain way. And then when you're around your buddies, oh, it can be like that, and it can be like this. Or when you're in the grocery store, you're more like professional. How many roles do we play, huh? Just come to me, Rest in my peace. My face is indeed shining upon you in rays of peace, transcending understanding. Instead of trying to figure things out yourself, relax in the presence of the one who knows you. As you lean on me in trusting dependence, you feel peaceful and complete. How do you feel peaceful and complete? Oh, just by leaning and trusting on me. This is how I designed you to live. Okay? Not the way the world has got you running around like a chicken with your head cut off. No, this is how I created you to live. Instead of trying to figure things out yourself, relax in the presence of the one who knows you, who can relate. Lean on me in trusting dependence as you feel peaceful and complete. This is how I designed you. When you're around other people, you tend to cater to their expectations, whether those expectations are real or imagined. When you're around other people, you tend to cater to their expectations, real or imagined. You feel enslaved to pleasing them, and your awareness of my presence grows dim. Wow. You guys feel that way? You feel enslaved to pleasing them? When that happens, your awareness of my presence grows dim. Your efforts to win their approval eventually exhaust you, don't they? Every single time, your efforts to win their approval eventually exhaust you. You offer these people dry crumbs rather than living water of my spirit flowing through you. This is not my way for you. Stay in touch with me, even during your busiest moments, and let my spirit give you words of grace as you live in the light of my peace. Okay? Instead of trying to figure things out yourself, relax in the presence of the one who knows you. The more you lean in on me in trusting dependence, the more peaceful and complete you feel. Okay? This is for you, so you can feel peaceful, so you can feel complete. Shoot, there's nobody around right now you can put your trust in, except one. And when you do, as you lean in on me in trusting dependence, you do feel peaceful and complete. You do. You have no choice. You feel peaceful and complete. And this is how I designed you. Now, what was it? That one was very important for I can hear you guys thinking out there. I know what you're going through. Ugh. I just went through it myself. Okay? I did it right before you. I go ahead of you and experience it first, so then I can take my lessons and hand them down so you will know what to do when that shit comes your way. All right? Pardon my French. I do use adjectives sometimes. I wanted the next message. Lord, what did it do with the other page? Oh, it is that one. Okay. It's just further down. I see it. All right. This is where we get deep. Everybody hold on tight. You know what? We have moved on to another image here. It's just the one for... Yeah, we're going to go to this one now for... No, this one. All right. A little bit bigger for me. That one. There we go. Is that coming through okay? Let's dark. All right, you guys know the image. You've been here, seen there. But again, look at that. That's 2,000-year-old prophecy come true. Just keep wrapping your mind around that image right there. Okay, we'll back up to that one. There is a mighty battle going on for control of your mind. I repeat, there is a mighty battle going on for control of your mind. Heaven and earth intersect your mind. Okay? Heaven and earth intersect in your mind. They don't intersect out in space. Heaven and earth intersect in your mind. The tugs of both spheres of influence, both spheres influence your thinking, okay? So both halves are tugging for control of your thinking, all right? Good versus evil inside your head. This is the hardest battle. This is where most soldiers fail because they can point a gun and pull a trigger. That's easy. Yeah, but can you fight yourself? Huh? Did you know you're your own worst enemy, or you can be your own best friend? But can we all tackle our own inner demons? That's the battle that's really going on here. Spiritual warfare. It's a mighty battle that's going on for control of your mind, because heaven and earth intersect in your mind. The tugs of both spheres influence your thinking. I created you with the capacity to experience foretasters of heaven. That's why you're here, because I created you with the capacity to experience these foretastes of heaven. Most people can't handle this channel. When you shut out the world and focus on my presence, you can enjoy sitting with me in these heavenly realms. Right now, you are sitting with me in heavenly realms. Heaven is where earth intersects in your mind. So you guys right now are focusing on my presence and enjoy sitting with me in heavenly realms. We're in the age of Aquarius now. Okay, you are in a heavenly realm now. This place is no longer just earth. There are divine people here, person here. There's somebody special here. Okay? When you shut out the world and focus on my presence, you can enjoy sitting with me in heavenly realms. That's why this show feels good when we do this. This is an incredible privilege reserved for precious ones who belong to me and seek my face. Okay? That's why I call this a precious family. This is an incredible privilege reserved for my precious ones who belong to me and seek my face. You guys don't mind looking at this because you've been seeking my face. And here it is, showing up out by the moon. Pretty soon it's going to be unavoidable. They're not going to be able to hide it anymore. This stuff is all over the place. Okay? You guys just got a little foretaste of heaven at this channel. Yeah. Incredible privilege reserved for my precious ones who belong to me and seek my face. Your greatest strength is your desire to spend time communing with me. That's basically like telling you your greatest strength is your desire to spend time at this channel, at this moment, doing what we're doing, communing. Aren't we? Are we communing right now? Oh, yeah, we are, aren't we? That's your greatest strength, is your desire to spend time communing with me. As you concentrate on me, my spirit fills your mind with life and peace. As you concentrate on me, my spirit fills your mind with life and peace. As you concentrate on my voice, my spirit is filling your mind with life. It's filling your mind with peace. Your greatest strength is your desire to spend time doing what we're doing this very moment, communing. You're concentrating on me. My spirit is filling your mind, isn't it? Is your mind filling up with life and peace? Do you see other people around here losing their... I almost said it. But not you. Even though you do have moments where you break down during the day, you do know there's an anchor. You've practiced this a little bit, and you have found that calling out takes your mind off of something else for the moment, relieving your mind of that problem. You discuss it with me. That releases. That's like step 5 in the steps. You made a spiritual inventory, and then when you tell somebody, that release right there kind of relieves the pressure in your mind. Now somebody else knows, and that person could relate. Okay, somebody who can relate, who knows exactly what you're talking about, exactly how you're feeling, and it's not a bad thing. It's just part of the process. Here, let me help you. So, your greatest strength is your desire to spend time with me. As you concentrate on me, my spirit fills your mind with life and peace. This world exerts a downward pull on your thoughts. The media bombards you with greed, lust, and cynicism, don't they? They just bombard you with greed and lust and cynicism. When you face these things, pray for protection and discernment, okay? When the world exerts its downward pull on you and the media is bombarding you with greed and lust, you face these things, pray for protection and discernment. Stay in that continual communication with me whenever you walk through the wastelands of this world. You are in the wastelands. Refuse to worry, because this form of worldliness will weigh you down and block awareness of my presence. Okay? So refuse to worry. Worry. That dang thing, worrying. Refuse to worry, because this form of worldliness will weigh you down. Worrying is from the world. It's not from me. Okay? So refuse to worry, because this form of worldliness will weigh you down and block your awareness of my presence. Stay alert, recognizing the battle being waged against your mind. Stay alert, recognizing the battle being waged against your mind. Look forward to an eternity of strife-free living reserved for you in heaven. Okay. Where's the... Not the one, but I guess we'll do that one again. Sure. Yeah, that one for this one. Okay, sorry, we're trying to get through this. Now, try to see things more from my perspective. Let the light of my presence so fully fill your mind that you view the world through me. Okay? Try to see things more and more from my perspective by letting the light of my presence fully fill your mind so that you view the world through me. Wait until that happens. When you do, it's just magic. Not magic, miraculous. That's the word. It's miraculous, not magic. What about the little things I said? Oh, yeah. The little things. Okay. So when the little things don't go as you had hoped, look to me lightheartedly and say, oh, well. That simple discipline can protect you from being burdened with an accumulation of petty cares and frustrations. Okay? I have to do this hundreds of times a day. I am so tested. It's just like, oh, it's so hard that I have to say, oh, well, I let the light of my presence fill my mind. And then when little things don't go as I had hoped, I still scream out and pound on the steering wheel and do all kinds of stuff. And then I realize I'm doing that. And I take a deep breath. I ask Jesus, and I look to him wholeheartedly and say, oh, well. Because once you get over it and you accept it and you go, oh, well, that simple discipline can protect you from being burdened with an accumulation of petty cares and frustrations. They're petty. Say, oh, well. If you practice this diligently, you will make a life-changing discovery. You will realize that most of the things that worry you aren't even important. They're not important. You will realize that most of the things that worry you are not even important. If you shrug them off immediately and return your focus to me, you will walk through your days with lighter steps and a joyful heart. When serious problems come your way, you will have more reserves built up inside for dealing with them. You won't be worn out. So when serious problems come your way, you will have more in your reserves for dealing with them. You will not have squandered your energy on petty problems. See, I get caught up in that stuff too. And I could squander all this energy all day long on a problem to find out it was a petty problem. I squandered all that energy. So, when serious problems come your way, you will have more reserve for dealing with them. You won't squander your energy, and you'll have more energy. You won't squander your energy on the petty problems. You'll have more energy for your serious ones. You may even reach a point where you can agree with the Apostle Paul that all your troubles are just light and momentary compared with eternal glory. Compared with eternal glory. Look at this one right here. Compared with eternal glory. Okay? Try to see things more and more from my perspective. Let the light of my presence fill your mind so you view the world through me. When simple things don't go your way, throw your hands up, say, oh, well. It stops those petty frustrations. When serious problems come your way, you'll have more in reserves. You'll even reach a point where all your troubles will be light and momentary compared with the eternal glory being achieved by them. Yeah, this also attached onto that. Your troubles are light and momentary, and you're getting eternal glory by achieving them, being achieved by them. All right. So when serious problems come your way, you'll have that energy. You won't have squandered it. You'll see that those troubles are really light and momentary compared with the eternal glory being achieved by them. All right. See, you're getting achievements, spiritual achievements when you do this. those spiritual achievements go on the eternal glory list, right? They're spiritual achievements. And they're being achieved by not squandering your energy on petty problems, saving it for serious ones, realize that most things that you worry about are not important, and when things don't go your way, say, oh well. Sounds easy, extremely hard to do. Extremely hard to do, especially in this day and age with the way people are in society is. Oh, it's making it almost impossible to do, and that's why you got to have this crutch. That's why you got to lean on Jesus so much to just have peace of mind. And then realize those are just light and momentary. When that happens, all of a sudden, this little trigger in your brain, you're able to be a little more at peace. Sometimes. Not all the time, because this is still a trial. So, wait quietly in my presence while my thoughts form silently in the depths of your being. Do not try to rush this process, because hurry keeps your heart earthbound. I am the creator of the universe, yet I choose to make my humble home in your heart. It is there where you know me most intimately. It is there where I speak to you in holy whispers. Ask my spirit to quiet your mind so that you can hear my still, small voice within you. I am speaking to you continually, words of life, peace, and love. Tune your heart to receive these messages of abundant blessing. Lay your requests before me and wait in expectation. Expectation. Trust me and refuse to worry. I am your strength and song. You are feeling wobbly, looking at difficult times looming ahead, measuring them against your own strength. However, they are not today's tasks or even tomorrow's. So leave them in the future and come home to the present, where you will find me reading to you, waiting for you, coming to you, opening the way for you. Since I am your strength, I can empower you to handle each task as it comes. Because I am your song, I can give you joy as you work alongside me. Keep bringing your mind back to the present moment. Always keep bringing your mind back to the present moment. Among all my creatures, only humans can anticipate future events. This ability is a blessing, but it becomes a curse whenever it's misused. If you use your magnificent mind to worry about tomorrow, you cloak yourself in dark unbelief. I repeat, if you use your magnificent mind to worry about tomorrow, you cloak yourself in dark unbelief. However, when the hope of heaven fills your thoughts, the light of my presence envelops you. Okay? So, dark unbelief, you cloak yourself in dark unbelief when you worry about future stuff. Quit future tripping. Just be in the moment with me right here, right now. When the hope of heaven fills your thoughts, the light of my presence envelops you. Okay, so bringing your mind back to the present. Quit future tripping about tomorrow. Your mind is magnificent mind. Not to worry about tomorrow, because when you worry about tomorrow, you cloak yourself in dark unbelief. When the hope of heaven, like this, when you see this and the hope of heaven coming, where when the hope of heaven fills your thoughts, okay? So when you're seeing this, your thought, and you're hearing me, that's filling your thoughts right now. You're focusing on my voice and on that image. And when the hope of heaven fills your thoughts, the light of my presence envelops you. Though heaven is in the future, it is also present tense now. Now. It's also present tense now. Do you hear me? Even though heaven is in the future, it is also in the present tense. As you walk in the light with me, you have 1 foot on earth and 1 foot in heaven. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Since you've been here at this channel, don't you now have 1 foot on earth and 1 foot in heaven? This is stuff I was talking about earlier in the show. I got this other. No. That's a shopping list. Where's the other one? Oh yeah. Okay, it's on this. All right, here we go. Now we're changing to this one now. I wonder if we went just a tad full screen, that takes it out of the frame too much. Yeah, I think that's okay. You see his heart, right? There we go. Okay, I want you guys to open up your ears and hear me. Okay, listen. Do not let fear of mistakes immobilize you or make you anxious. I'm going to say that one like 4 times in a row. Do not let fear of mistakes immobilize you or make you anxious. Do not let fear of mistakes immobilize you or make you anxious. And do not let fear of mistakes immobilize you or make you anxious. In this life, you will err sometimes because you're only human with limited knowledge and understanding. When you're facing a major decision, learn as much as you can about the matter. Seek my face, which is my help. Seek my face and my help, and I will guide you with my counsel as you think things out in my presence. It's all about thinking things out in my presence. That's how you get my counsel. Seek my face. I will guide you with my counsel as you think things out in my presence. When the time is right, go ahead and make the decision, even though the outcome is uncertain. Okay? When the time is right, go ahead then and make the decision, even though the outcome is uncertain. Pray for my will to be done in this matter and release the results to me. Okay? Pray for my will to be done in the matter and release the results to me. Don't expect to see the results that you want. Release those results to me, because I might give you better results than you were expecting. So don't always have your own results. In this life, you will err sometimes because you're human with limited knowledge and understanding. When you're facing major decisions, learn as much as you can about the matter. Seek my face and my help. I will guide you with my counsel as you think things out in my presence. Okay? So important. And so very easy to do, really. Just got to remember to do it. And then again, when the time is right, how will you know when the time is right? You will know when you seek my face and my guidance. You think things out in my presence, all of a sudden, bing, the time will be right, and you go ahead, you make that decision, and then the outcome, even though it's uncertain, just pray for my will to be done in it, and then release the results to me. Okay. Okay, I want to talk about fear. The word fear, false evidence appearing real. Okay, FEAR, false evidence appearing real is fear. And fear has to do with punishment. If you've been punished unjustly or severely mistreated, it is natural for you to dread making mistakes. Uh-oh, did I just touch a nerve? Good. This is the nerve we're working on. If you've been punished unjustly or severely mistreated, it's natural for you to dread making mistakes. When choices need to be made, anxiety can cloud your thinking, huh? Especially when you dread making mistakes. Oh my God, now you got to make a choice. The anxiety, oh, it can cloud your thinking. Perhaps even immobilizing you. How many of you have been immobilized? The remedy is to remember that I am with you and I am for you. That you don't have to perform well for me to keep loving you. Absolutely nothing, including your worst mistakes, can separate you from my love. See my love up there? Do you see my love on the screen? You see this heart right here? Your mistakes are mistakes. They don't change the way I love you. I love unconditionally. In fact, I don't even use the term love. I unconditional you. Love is a man-made construct. I unconditional you. How's that? Whether you're this or you're that, and you're that or you're this, I know exactly what you are. I know exactly what you're going through. I've been through it. I've done it. I've been through a lot of experiences in my life, and I've learned a lot along the way, and I took notes. So it wasn't a waste. So I could take what I've learned and pass it on and teach people how to live and how to love and who to trust. All right, sorry, I got all right, sorry, I got distracted for a second there. Okay, and I know you guys have been punished unjustly, and I know you guys have been severely mistreated, and I know you dread making mistakes, especially when you've been mistreated. And when decisions need to be made and you dread making mistakes and then you have to make a decision, anxiety comes rushing on and it can cloud your thinking. We're trying to stop the anxiety attacks. Okay? My anxiety attacks are, well, on another level. But I know how to do it. I know that I just stop, pray to Jesus, takes my mind off the anxiety. Sometimes I throw my hands up and I say, oh, well, I'll let go. I'll leave it in your hands. That anxiety goes away. Remedy is to remember that I am with you and for you. So what's the problem? Maybe you just don't like the way I'm doing it, maybe. There's the problem. It's not me. It's you who doesn't like the way I'm doing it. Well, then adjust your thinking. I'll help you with that. You'll see that it's all for a purpose. It's making you stronger. It's making you tougher. It's making you a deeper lover of your fellow brother who doesn't understand yet. Huh. You guys finding compassion and sympathy for the people that don't understand, that have no clue yet? They're just kind of in la la land still. The remedy is to remember that I am with you and I am for you. You don't have to perform well for me. You don't have to perform well for me to keep loving you. Okay? Some of you people have kids. All right? Your kid didn't win the soccer game. You still love your son or your daughter, right? Just because they didn't win the soccer game doesn't mean you don't love them. Just because they didn't perform well doesn't mean I don't keep loving you. You don't have to perform well for me. In fact, I want to see your mistakes. I love it. That's how I can help. Absolutely nothing, including your worst mistakes, can separate you from my love. Do you get that? Absolutely nothing, including your worst mistakes. You know what people's worst mistake is going to be? Not believing, right? That would be the worst mistake ever in the annals of your consciousness, life, history. That would be the worst mistake, would be not believing. But pretty soon, every knee will bow, and we won't have that problem anymore. Okay, let's take it a step higher now too. Let's go even further. Now leave it there. Leave it on that one. Okay. Now we're talking about fear. False evidence appearing real. Who is the master, let's just say the mainstream media is the master of making false evidence appearing real. So they're like a fear factory, right? In the media, the fear factory, they drum up this, over here, 72 killed in a plane crash. If there was one person killed in a plane crash, nobody cares. But if we had two jetliners that, took out 800 people, now we're talking. Body count's what we're really talking about, right? It doesn't matter the plane crash. We like the body count. The media has warped your mind into enjoying the body count. That's so sick and perverted. You guys see it too. So, as we address that subject of fear and the media, they're a terrorist organization. Go look up what terrorism, the definition for terrorism. Using false evidence to get you to act on fear. That's what terrorism is, and that's what they do. They are the fear factory. Now, I want you to have no fear of the news. The only way to accomplish this feat, oh boy, is to have a steadfast heart trusting in me. I want you to have no fear of the mainstream media. The only way to accomplish that feat is to have a steadfast heart in trusting me. You cannot trust those liars. All they do is lie and lie and lie and then come out with some important numbers. Like you're supposed to believe those numbers when you just lied to me for the last 4 years? Oh, now I'm going to believe this. What's the next story coming out of your mouth that I'm not going to believe? They're just the lying, fear, fake evidence appearing real. The only way to accomplish the feat is to have a steadfast heart turning your trust from those clowns to trusting me. There is an abundance of bad news in the world, but you don't need to be afraid of it. Instead, confidently rely on me, believe in me, and find encouragement in my sacrificial death on the cross and my miraculous resurrection. My death on the cross, my miraculous resurrection. My death on the cross, my miraculous resurrection. My death on the cross, another miraculous resurrection. See where we're going here? Whoops, I want this one back now. Okay. Okay. Find encouragement in my sacrificial death. I am your living Savior. Living means in the flesh. When you're dead, you're no longer in your flesh, right? So the opposite of dead is alive, and alive means being in the flesh. So a living Savior would be one that's in the flesh. The Word was made flesh, not clouds. I am your living Savior. I am Almighty God. I am sovereign over global events. I am still in control. So when things around you or in the world seem to be spinning out of control, come to me, pour out your heart. Instead of fretting and fuming, put your energy into praying. Come to me not only for comfort, but also for direction. I will help you find the way forward. Moreover, I take your prayers into account, and I govern this planet in ways far, far beyond your understanding. Don't dread bad news or let it spook you. Instead, keep your heart steadfast and calm. Keep your heart steadfast and calm through your confident trust in me. Okay? That's our closer, and I'm going to reread it just a little bit quicker with a different inflection. Even though we already heard it one more time, you can never hear this enough times. I want you to have no fear of the news. The only way to accomplish this feat is to have a steadfast heart in trusting me. There is an abundance of bad news in this world, but you don't need to be afraid of it. Instead, confidently rely on me, believe in me, find encouragement in my sacrificial death on the cross and my miraculous resurrection. I am your living Savior. I am Almighty God, and I am sovereign over global events. I am still in control. So when things around you or in the world seem to be spinning out of control, come to me and pour out your heart. Instead of fretting and fuming, put your energy into praying. Come to me not only for comfort, but also for direction. I will help you find the way forward. Moreover, I take your prayers into account, and I govern your planet in ways far, far, far beyond your understanding. Do not dread bad news or let it spook you. Instead, keep your heart steadfast and calm through the confident trust in me. Ta-da! All right, you guys, you're some troopers hanging in there. That was a long show. A lot of reading, a lot of info. I just got to say, most people can't hack this show. This is a scary, lots going on, very disturbing information, right? For those who don't know or believe. So I need you to understand how strong you're getting by hanging out here with me at this channel and absorbing this information and then taking what I have showed you and practicing it and finding the results in your life. You guys are I know some of you guys are out there have actually tried practicing this and you are finding the results. Okay? It's because it's true. It's real. I am who I say I am. Okay? It's because of who I am that all this stuff is happening. Okay? We just entered a new era, a new age. We entered a new age, the age of Aquarius, and not a single word on the news, because they're hiding me. They're hiding my presence. They will never, ever admit to the fact that I am here. The only way you're going to find that out is by coming here and sitting with me, communing with me, finding that peace, finding that joy, even in the midst of the maelstrom. I show you all the intro and all the prophecies coming true. That's the maelstrom. But in the midst of that maelstrom, you guys sit here at this channel calm and peaceful. Don't you? Yeah. I love you guys so much. I love you unconditionally. I'm not worried about your performance. I want you to make mistakes. That's how we learn. You're only human. Sometimes things aren't going your way. Little things, oh well. Okay? Save your energy for important things. That's it for tonight, you guys. I would love to spend all night here with you guys, but I got stuff to do all night, and then I have to be up early. Well, I was just going to end up being up early anyway to take care of tomorrow. Some crazy stuff might go down tomorrow. No matter what it is, take a moment to take a deep breath. I'm holding you by your right hand. It's real. It's true. The more you believe me and trust in me, the more peace you will have, especially in the midst of this maelstrom. Okay? See that heart right there? That means I love you. Okay? I love all of you. I miss all of you. And until my next show, I will be back. I am already back. I'm already back. And I'm still to come. Okay? I love you all. And until my next show, I will be back.